Doc Blessings. Doc Blessings, yes, you can speak now. Okay, I don't know if she pressed on it maybe mistakenly. We'll continue. So question number one is saying briefly explain the healthy care. Briefly explain what healthy care ethics are. So basically, these past 2 weeks we've talked about healthy care ethics. So um, I I'm assuming everyone knows what healthy care ethics are. So can someone come out and tell us what healthy care ethics are?
Assume everyone, explain.
Yes, Doc Gift. You are saying? Hello? Hello?
Yes, there are some hands which are raised.
Oh, okay. Doc Brightness, you can speak.
Okay, I'm just trying. Uh, Health ethics.
Okay.
In my understanding, these are just moral understanding of our life. It's like culture, but when it comes to health ethics,
Okay.
we can just relate them to health. Like how should we preserve life? How should we end it? That's my thought.
Okay. Thank you, Doc. So, Doc Brighton is saying ethics are more of cultures, like the way of life of something or a particular group of people. That's the way Doc Brighton is putting it out. Anyone else with an addition, contribution, or something?
Dr. Shritton also had raised the hand.
Oh yes.
Okay.
What we're able to add on is that it's just like the way Doc Brighton has said. It's just like it's just more like the beliefs, the one we believe in, which help us like to make the decision about if you are talking about health, about in our field, like in medicine. It's more about the decision we make, yeah, to which guide us, in short. I think that's what I can able to say according to my
Okay. Thank you
understanding.
very much. Thank you very much. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you very much. Okay, Doc Barton in the chat box is also saying these are moral behaviors of healthy professionals. Yeah, so basically, let me just summarize what they have said. So when you talk about medical ethics or ethics in general, or because okay, the question is saying healthy care ethics, we're talking about um these are the moral behaviors, just like they have put it, or the or the recommended behaviors that a medical practitioner or an health practitioner is supposed to possess or have. It's more of a guideline of how a medical practitioner is supposed to conduct themselves, or they are supposed to think, or they are supposed to, or also I'll put it in the way of decision making. How are they supposed um, to make decisions? So to say. So basically, those are what we call as healthy care ethics. Unless there's a question there, an addition, subtraction, or something.
Doc Andrew, just
Okay,
repeat what you said.
okay. So in repeating what I've said, I think Dr. Charles has summarized what I've just said in the chat box. Is saying morally these are morally accepted norms that guides the healthy personnel. These are so this is a summary of what I was just from saying. So Dr. Charles is saying these are morally accepted norms that guides the health personnel. So they are accepted by the health society. Like this is the way an healthy practitioner is supposed to conduct themselves. They are guided by those norms. And it's more of a culture. You know, when we talk about a culture, it's a way of life. Right? So when we talk about medical ethics, they're a way of life for what? For medical health care personnel. Unless there are questions there.
Dr. MP, you can just kindly put your screen in landscape if possible.
Okay, we can move to the next question unless there are questions. Can you go to the next question? Can I get a feedback? Can you go to the next question?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. So the next question is saying notions of right and wrong for the individuals and society's code.
Dr. Brighton, you're raising your hand. You can go ahead.
Oh yes, I'm just trying. No, I'm not sure. Yeah, I was thinking ethics. The reason why I'm saying ethics is because let me give an example. When it comes to business, there's what they call ethics. Ethics. These are just like the accepted things or the right and the wrongs in the society. So I also compared. I also compared to finish. Oh, I suppose one of it.
Oh, okay. Okay, G, are you still in?
Can I say something?
Yes, Doc, you're saying.
Yes, please go ahead. Yes, Doc, you can go ahead.
I was also thinking, like we could term this generally as ethics, because what I'm saying, health ethics, these are accepted norms that guide the health personnel. So now, in general terms, ethics are also like notions of right and wrong. Like this is what guides us. Like this is right, this is wrong. I was thinking in those lines.
Okay. I didn't get the last part.
I'm saying like I could like term this as ethics because these are just like things that guide us, you know, notions of right and wrong for the individuals in society can be called ethics. They guide us. This is right, this is wrong.
Okay. Yeah, basically, it's more of how would I put it? You know, when we talk about it in the perspective of when you talk about it in the perspective of Christians, you know, we have the Bible. Why? The Bible acts like let me say the Ten Commandments to be precise. It acts like they are the ethics of a Christian. But when we talk about the medical field, we're also talking about what guides, because the Ten Commandments guides Christians on how they're supposed to live. You know, like how they're supposed to make up their culture. So even the medical practitioners, they also have something that guides them. That guides them on how they're supposed to do their work. Yeah. I don't know if you have gotten that point though. Hello?
Dr. Brighton has his hand up.
Yes, Doc Brighton.
Oh yes.
Doc Moses, Doc Moses, you can go and share out the other paper that I've sent in the WhatsApp group. You can go and now share. There's a paper that I've sent right now in the WhatsApp group so that we also look at those questions that are in that paper. In the Silo Connect. In the Silo Connect WhatsApp group. Yes, Doc Burton, you can come out. You can talk. Hello, Doc Burton. Your hand was up. Hello.
Oh yeah, sorry. Nasema pansi wa mosquito na shaka the window open. So washa ingia kwa sinikusho ya kaa fireboy. So as I was saying, okay, I can give an example of what can I say? Culture. Yeah, culture. Culture, which is just a whole way of life whereby a particular society has got its rules, and regulations whereby there is what they consider to be right and what they consider to be right. And in a particular society, there is what, okay, let me give an example of two cultures. Yeah. One, there's what they may consider to be right, but if you go to another culture, you find that that thing they consider to be right, it's wrong. Okay, quite a pair on
Okay, thank you very much, Doc. Okay, Doc Burton has summarized everything. Yes, these are just regulations on how you're supposed to conduct yourself as a medical practitioner. So you can just play around with the English there, but the main concept there should be these are the guidelines, or these are the regulations, or these are what guides what you do as a medical practitioner. Those are what we call the ethics. Yeah, like one example, as a medical practitioner, you're not supposed to go and give out information that led to the patient to others, take it on public. Yeah, so those are ethics. They guide you. Yeah, so we can, yes, Doc Gift, you can. Yes, Doc Gift.
I think the easiest way would be to put it like this. These are a set of moral principles that guide people in the healthcare sector.
Okay, thank you very much. These are what? These are the moral what?
These are moral principles that guide the behavior of people in the healthcare sector.
Okay, thank you very much. Exactly. So they are moral principles, eh?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. So we can go to the question that is you can go to that question. Question number 1. So we have solved, I don't know if it's 2 questions from there, then we're now going to this paper. So let's look at question number 1. Which of the following statements is or are correct about an operating system? Select one or more. A, none of the above. In fact, it should be none of the below. B, manages resources such as the CPU and memory. Then C, provides the user interface to the computer. D, acts as an interface between the application programs and the manager and the machine hardware. Okay, yes, Dr. Charles. Oh, that there are 2 Dr. Charles. Let me see. Okay. Yes, Dr. Charles Ndurumina. Dr. Charles, yes. Okay, anyone else with an idea on question number 1? What is your preferred answer on question number 1?
D.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Valerie, on that one. Why do you go with that option? Yes, Doctor. Why do you go with D? Okay, anyone else with the same to support the question answer D or with another option? Yes, the gift.
The answer is D.
Why do you go with C? The gift, I didn't get what you said.
The answer is D.
The answer
It
is D,
acts as
and
an
why is the answer
interface
D?
between. Hmm?
Okay, then Dr. Brighton, your hand was up.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. The question here, I think B, C, and D are all correct according to the book of DME. Because I don't know if I was just streaming and Shan, but I think I saw all these answers starting from B, C, and D, except for the one on top there. The and Cotton.
Okay, thank you very much for that, Doc. So we're saying the operating system, according to what Doc Brighton is saying, it manages resources such as the CPU and the memory. Then it also provides the user interface to the computer. Then
But
D,
the thing is that all of the above two are part of it acting as an interface between the applications and the hardware. So it's practically D. D has everything in it.
okay.
Yes.
So you're saying D should be the best one because D and C are comprised in D. Okay. Just like the way you have put it, you're saying B and C are in D. So if B and C are in D, would it be okay if we were to mark B, C also? Since B and C are subsets of D.
The best would be to mark D, because when we say that an operating system, it acts as an interface between the programs, meaning the software and the hardware. When it is controlling or let's say managing the CPU and the
Mhm.
memory, it's basically doing that. You understand, right? Like we
Yes,
know that,
I get your point.
yes. Then it provides the user interface to the computer. That's like basically giving the user a channel to communicate with the computer. So it's literally the operating system acting as an interface between the applications or let's say the software and the hardware. So it's just D.
Okay. Thank you
Yes.
very much for that, Doc. Dr. Nonzipo, your hand was up as well.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm the only one, but what's an interface talk?
Okay, there's a question. What is an interface? The gift, can you help us with the solution to that question? What is an interface? Okay, Dr. Charles is saying an interface is mediating. Is mediating coming between, huh?
Yeah, mediating or communicating, in short. More like having that rapport between the between the two parties, in short, being mentioned here as the hardware and the application programs.
More of a middleman, a middleman in this
It,
in computer
it,
language.
it yes, it's a medium. It's a medium.
Okay.
Yes.
I hope your question has been answered, Doc Nonzi.
Yes, it has. And from the answers, it seems D is the best answer.
Okay. Okay, two people are going for D. So should we take D to be our answer there? Or there are some people who are against D? Okay. Okay, so Dr. Charles is saying D is
in
a
this case,
supernatural.
we can say, yeah, in this
Yes,
case,
Dr.
if it was select all that apply, then you would select as many as possible because all of these are actually, apart from A, like is it Zippo who said that or the gift? They are all actually functions of
of the computer.
the operating system actually. So basically, all of them apply apart from A. But if it came in form of selecting all of them, we select all
One.
of them. But now, since if we are to select one, no, the question says select one or more. You didn't just read the question nicely. You haven't seen
And
E. Let me
this
see
is what
E.
I was saying.
Select one or more.
So meaning
You can select,
it's
so you
BCD.
select this, you select this, you select this as well.
This
All of
is
them.
what
Yes.
I was saying. This is what I was saying to everyone.
I didn't see this part. I
Yeah.
didn't see this.
So you didn't
Yeah,
see
so you select
that was the first part that I
this is
did.
correct, this is
Yeah,
correct, this is correct. Yeah, so but in the case
exactly.
where they wanted you to choose one, you would have
One.
picked
Okay.
D. Yes, you would have picked
Yes.
D because in the provision of an interface between the application and the hardware itself, it is managing the
Mhm.
resources because the resources are based on the what? On the hard drive, for example, or on the disk drive, which is hardware. Okay, and then you're having some files which are stored there or some programs which are stored there, so it's providing that interface. So all of these are encapsulated in this, but this can have some aspects of which are not covered in this, and this can have some aspects which are not covered in D. But since they said select one or more, all of these apply apart from A. So these are the answers.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much, Doc. So the point there was to look at what the question was saying. They're saying select one or more, right? Then just like Doc Gift said, B and C are found in D. So B and C are subsets of D. And the question was saying select one or more. So basically you just select B up to D. Yeah. So unless there are questions there, we can go on question number 2. And I think Doc Siro has explained everything relating to this interface there. So question number 2 is saying you have a friend who usually looks over your papers and together you discuss how to improve them. Is this plagiarism? What's your take on question number 2? Yes, Doc Melvin. Then after Doc Melvin, Doc Gift, you can come in. So Doc Melvin, you were saying Doc Melvin, is that yeah, no, maybe you have pressed on it mistakenly. Okay, Doc Rombe is saying B.
No, it was a mistake.
Cyril,
The answer
repeat
is
what
B.
you were saying.
Okay, the answer there is B. Okay, so B is saying it's fine to get information as long as your discussion is a general one and does not involve detailed concept or editorial changes. Okay, so yeah, so the best answer there is B because they are saying yes, you should never accept help with the writing of your papers. Like no, so the best answer there is B. The point is when you're writing something with your friend, as long as it doesn't require the issue of um getting the concept from a book or something or editorial changes to it, you're just getting help from the person. So it will not be considered plagiarism, but it would have been considered plagiarism if maybe you and your friend you went and googled something on somewhere, then your friend would have helped with the googling, but the issue is that you have gotten information from somewhere and you have not cited. It is not only just help from your friend, but also from Google or from any other book which you have not cited. But this question is generally asking, is getting help from a friend plagiarism or not? So basically, no, it is not. So the
There's a
correct
hand
answer
up.
there was okay. Okay, let me see. Yes, Doc Naomi. Hello. Yes, Doc Naomi. Okay. So Doc Sirius posted something in chat box. Yes, Doc Naomi, your hand is up. Are you pressed on it mistakenly, or maybe you wanted to say something? Hello.
Okay, maybe we can move on. If it's network, she can catch up.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Let's look at question number 3 because we are even behind time. Question number 3 is asking what is equivalent to 1 MBs? What is equivalent to 1 MB? Okay, Doc Mike in the inbox is saying C, Doc Moses is saying C, then
I'm
Doc
going for
Nozito
C as well.
answers.
It's C.
Okay,
I'm
you're
going
going.
for C as well.
Okay, Doc gives your going B.
C.
Sorry, Doc, for taking it back. The answer was B, right? In question 2.
I'm not getting your question. What was your question again, Doc?
I was saying that sorry for taking you back. Was your answer B for question 2?
Yes, the answer was B. We had agreed that it is B. Okay. So question. I think question 3. We'll buy bundles, right? Yeah. I don't know if the Doc Cirilo. Oh no, it's not showing. Usually your phone shows the what? What do you call it? Like a data. You don't.
Oh,
What do you call it?
the data count. Yeah, yeah.
On
Most phones
yeah.
do show actually. I think all of the recent phones do
Most
show.
of
It's
it.
just that maybe the setting is not on or something. Yeah, but
I don't know. Yeah, so docs, I'm sure in Silo Connect, their WhatsApp group docs, was talking about how my MBs, KBs, GBs. So basically, I think I explained everything on this. Yeah, so it's 1024 KBs that make up 1 MBs. So the order there is KB. Okay, the order actually starts from a bit. Is it a bit? A bit makes a byte. A byte makes
yes,
a
bit byte.
kilobyte. Bit byte, huh? A group of, is it 8? Is it 8 bits that make a byte? Yeah, 8. Should be 8.
8 bits
Yes,
make a
8
byte.
8,
bits
huh?
make a
Okay,
byte.
yeah. So it's the order is a bit, byte, then kilobyte, then megabyte, gigabyte, terabyte. I don't know what comes after tera. Yeah, you can just check my prefix there. Then, yeah. So the issue is that the difference there is just 1024. So the difference between a kilobyte and a megabyte is 1024. Then the difference also from a megabyte to a megabyte to what? Megabyte to a. Have I jumped? Dr. Charles, you wanted to say something? Yeah, so basically, you're just supposed to be careful with, because sometimes they not 1024. It should be what? Dr.
Yes,
Charles,
1024. On each level, it's 1024, 1024. For you to, apart from bits
exactly,
to bytes, all of the graduations are
exactly.
124.
Thank you very much.
1024, 1024, 1024.
Okay, thank you very much. So we're supposed to be careful with the difference there. So in case we see a question that might ask Because I think I saw this question somewhere in one perspective. Yeah. So question number 4. Describe the registration process. So we're out of multiple choice. Okay, Doc Brighton is asking that is there a what? Doc Brighton is asking that is there a formula for this, for the bytes? I think the issue comes in from it should be from the bit byte. So you discover that the same point of the 2 to the power what? This is where we get the 1024. Hello?
The chat has been shared
Hello?
in the group. Zeno has shared
Oh,
it in the group.
okay, thank you very much. I think I'll move on since you has already shared that. So question number 4. Describe the registration process from awaiting payment, from awaiting student input to fully registered. What is the process from? What is the process? Okay, someone to help us on question number 4. This question is based from the first part of the DME course.
Is this from that topic? Isn't this from 1? Unit 1.
It's unit 1. University governance.
Yes. Governance and leadership.
Yeah, exactly. The one for the audio.
I don't even have the notes.
Yeah, basically no notes unless you write them down for yourself or you type them out. It's only audio that you can listen to even when you're sleeping. Yes, Doc Cyril, you were saying?
No, I was saying Doc Shooton has his hand up.
Okay, yes, Doc Shooton, you can.
Okay, you can hear me, right?
Yes, Doc.
Yes.
The way it is that the registration processing, it's more like once a student is being enrolled at the University of Zambia, right? Their portal, it will show awaiting student input, right? And then once it shows like awaiting student input,
exactly, yes.
This simply means that hello.
Yes, I don't know. I can get you. Yes, I can get you.
Okay. So this simply means that the student, if he or she is supposed to put the course to major, as we are doing DME or we are doing medicine, right? So we are choosing courses, the one we're supposed to choose, like the courses we are doing as a medicine student. And then after that, you are going to select, right? Then if that person selects, if he or she selects those courses, now it's supposed to show after that the HODs, there are those HOD, or maybe you can say assistant to the dean, they are going to approve the courses. And then after that, you to show you awaiting payment, right? Hello, you can get me because my network is not okay here.
Yes, I can get you.
Okay. Okay, if it shows awaiting payments, okay, there are how many? There are 3 or 4 installment, right? There's 25%, there's 50%, and there's 75% and 100%. So those are the fees. But I'm just saying the process. I'm sure I can get something from here. And then it's 25%, 50, 75, or 100. So you can able to pay that in parts. Like I supposed to finish that before the end of the year. Yeah. and then after that you show the print after you paid that. Maybe if you pay maybe 25%, and then it will show print out confirmation slip, and then after you do that, and then yeah, I think it's done from there. Yes, thank you.
Okay. Thank you
Sorry,
very much,
Dr.
Doc.
Shelton. I've heard you say after you open your something like it will show you, it will show awaiting payment, then you select courses. After selecting courses, with the assistance to the dean approve it, it will show again awaiting payment. I don't know if it's my network which was breaking, but that's what I've heard. How clear is that?
Dr. Shuton, do you get the question that Dr. Spade is from asking?
Oh, okay, I can say that they are like okay, you can say HODs because they are the one
Okay, I think the network has tipped for Dr. Shuton there. Anyone else to come on board? Anyone else to come on board? On the same question, what order did you take when you're making MAQs in February? This February when you're making MAQs, what was
Honestly,
happening to
I
your
don't know because I was never in those queues. I didn't have any issue with my photo. So I am lost.
Yeah, maybe we never went to
Don't have
Colombia.
a story to
Never
tell
went
I
to
me.
did
the
not
document.
I did not stand
This
in
year,
those
not next
lines.
year.
I don't know because I didn't go through that.
Okay. Okay, I'll explain it from my view. Because I know me and Dr. we didn't go on any quiz because we didn't take the papers. Okay. So
We take them when they get back to campus.
yeah. So basically there the process is the question was you're staying starting from the point where you have been awaiting student input. So basically at this point you don't have any model. There is no model there. The only thing that you have is the thing that I'm sure all of you have abandoned. I don't know if you've ever checked it from the time it cleared up. So this issue starts from, is it SIS? Unza what? Student information. I don't know what the initial stands for. Unza SIS, something like Unza SIS. So basically, when you're enrolled as a student, you are given an opportunity to have access to that platform, the Unza SIS. Okay, Unza Student Information System. Thank you very much, Doc. I actually forgotten the system. Yeah, this is DME. It might come. They might ask you what does the SIS in Unza SIS mean. Must know it. Yeah. So when you open when it will first show awaiting student input. Then this is the issue where just like Dr. Shuton had said, the issue of going there to do McCarran's for what, for the courses they're supposed to do what, to input Muja. Then it's going to bring out a notification saying awaiting student. Is this student approved? This is the point where we were actually going to bazaars kuja making my payments. Then after that it was bringing in something like awaiting payment. Okay, there are a lot of notifications that were going on Unza SIS that you're supposed to know the process there. So when it brought awaiting payment, I think the issue came in, if I remember nice, first what happened in February first, awaiting payment was something that had struck Unza freshers like it was COVID. It was a terrible thing for every student, I think, at that point. This is why we're even making MAQs for awaiting payment. So when the awaiting payment is resolved, because you've already inputted there your results, so your courses, and they have been approved, and you have paid. So after the awaiting payment, what should come in is a notification showing that you are fully registered, and you're now just required to take your paper. You take your papers, one like part of them to the academic office, the other papers to the dean of students, DOSA, the other papers to the dean of the program you're doing, and as we're taking them to natural sciences. Yeah, I think that's why we're taking them. Then you are remaining with a copy, remaining with some copies. Yeah, so basically that's the process. That's a decision process then. Unless there's something that I've missed out or something that I've not added that I'm not supposed to add. Yeah, so that was basically the process. So the papers are supposed to be taken to those places after everything that has happened on your UNSASIS has happened. Like I've speculated there. But me and Doxido, we didn't take the papers there, so we're supposed to take them in December. Isn't it that the issue, Doxido? Yeah, so we'll go at question. Yeah. So we now go on question number 5. And the question is saying, briefly explain on the burden.
Type down that explanation because honestly it doesn't make sense. Someone compose it.
I didn't get what you just said. Can you repeat what you just said?
Saying I'm asking if someone can type that down, they should explain it in words because like, I honestly did not get it.
Hello? At what?
She's saying she didn't get clearly the explanation and she needs a typed down sample of something. You know, it's quite a process, but you could describe it in your own way.
In your own way.
Yes.
Okay.
And the video is going to be there. I'll share the link. There's a recording. Yes. So.
Okay. I'm not going to promise you guys, but I don't know if at one point in time I'm going to find time, maybe I can put the audio in 2 ways. But I'm not promising you. I'm saying if I have time, I can put the audio that is on the one for university governance in 2 ways. Make it a type thing. If I have time. So that can take up to maybe next week. If I will start tomorrow maybe. Yeah, because I'm sure you guys have never heard the audio. But the audio is nice. You should listen to it. It's like a story.
Yeah.
So if
I think we'll try to work together on that. I think maybe to have a summary on the audio. At least it could be somehow helpful to some of us who can't listen to 3 hours.
Exactly, but the audio it should be just 30 something minutes. I don't know if it even reaches 36 minutes.
Yeah, it's very short. Yes, Doc. Brighton, you have your hand up.
Oh yeah, nikasama hivi ajafa kuchapa fira basi nsio amna ndakale fira. But nanda kusoti no kofe not thing sana. More than what
yes,
2 sentences so. Yes. According to my experience, the first day I came Pawenza Padia, Nadishile Pa. I went Kuzana Koshan. I find some people there and I'm friends South Africa Milomona Shumashan. Far from there.
Testimony.
Yes, I went to customer care because I found the queue. The queue, yeah, the phone you call Pa. I stood there for like 5 hours so Pa. From there, we are told like to go away. System shine uko. Come back tomorrow. Again, I went back. The same thing happened. They told that no, write your names on a piece of paper. If my shine, we wrote. But from there,
so you want to write that on this question?
Yes. I went. Nasa enda kwa sanga the queue. Sisi na queue ngearia kwa sababu join na pale pa joins. Pa. After that, I was 2 hours. I said, "This queue, why is this queue going? That's how the part going there. Why was she going to pa? So the pony pa. Na fuma po para. What nasa? I want to hear a discussion.
We'll compile something that would cut. I think that part as well.
Yeah, it should be a question. I'm sure there's a question that caters the cues. Yeah, thank you very much, Doc Brighton. Yeah, it's a testimony action. Yeah, so someone was asking, can I share the audio? Okay, the audio I can't share it on WhatsApp. I don't know, maybe you guys with GB you can do that, but I'm using an ordinary WhatsApp, so I can't share it because the MBs for the video are too much. My WhatsApp says I can't share it, and at the same time, we as Silo Connect were not allowed to upload it due to plagiarism issues. We're not allowed to upload it on our site. So I don't know if it's possible for you to just go and download it from the Silo Connect. From the Unza model or next Telegram. Okay, Telegram. But I'm sure all of you guys are on Telegram because of the quiz. Anyway, let's go on question number 4. Briefly explain on the barriers of assertive behavior. Briefly describe. So we are, and okay, I can see the numbers are reducing. So let's try to quick up things so that we end the meeting on time. Briefly explain on the barriers of assertive behavior. Okay, Doc Moses has summarized everything there. I think I'll just read them out so that we move to the next question. So the barriers on assertive behaviors that we have is lack of experience, beliefs, lack of self-esteem, lack of knowledge as to know how to behave, fear of being rejected, possessing aggressive behavior. All those are basically the barriers to assertive behavior. And I hope you still remember what assertive behavior is. Okay, lack of confidence by Doc Mike. So anyone to add in, or we move to the next question? Anyone to add in? Okay, we can move to the next question. Since there is no one or there is no question, we can move to the next question. Question number 6. What are the difference between team, or what is the difference, or what are the differences between a team and a group? Okay, Doc Shuton is also adding in that low levels of education. Yeah, basically those are the barriers of assertive behavior. It's very important for you to be taking out on these notes. Yeah, I think we discussed assertive behavior in Zero Connect. Okay. Hello. Question number 6. What are the differences between a team and a group? Hello. I'll start doing note. Start doing note on people who are going to be answering.
Okay, I'll give it a try.
Yeah, anyone wish?
Yes, please go ahead.
What are some of the differences? Or what? Okay, yeah. Okay, yes, Doc Muntari, you can come in.
Okay, so a team is a group of not less than 3 or 4 individuals that consist of different expertise, while a group is just simply a squad, a group of people, like individuals that are put together for some specific reason. Like, for example, the way we've got our group M, group N, group O, who have been put in those groups in order that we attend lectures pertaining to the courses that are offered under medicine. But when you look at a team is made of people with different skills. So you find that, for example, there's a team of lecturers to lecture the students that are taking the same medicine course. You find that there are lecturers in physics, in chemistry, in math, in DME and even in biology. We can consider that as a team trying to work towards achieving a common goal.
Okay. Thank you very much for that, Doc. I think the Doc has explained everything on that one. So basically, the difference is that for a group, we can be in a group, but we do not have the same motives that a team. Because when you talk about a team, to get the initial stands for together everyone together everyone is more. Yeah. So basically the concept of a team is that they have the same goal. The mission is the same. And also the familiarity in a team. Like it is for it to be called a team, I'm supposed to know everyone that is in the team. I think so. Then in a group, it's not very important to know who are in your group. Like in group N, I don't think I know everyone. If I was to count the number of people that I know in group N, I think I don't think they even surpass 9, unless otherwise. Some I just know them on WhatsApp. I've never seen them. Yeah, so basically that's a group. That's a group. But a team is where we are all meant to, we all have the same goal. You can be in a group, but you don't have the same goal. So basically, that's the difference between a team and a group. The differences are too many, and due to time, we won't manage to talk about all of them because we had talked about them when we had the previous meeting on teamwork. Okay, we can now go on question number 7. Unless there are questions on the differences or additions or subtractions. Okay, I think silence means we move. Question number 7. Briefly give out the things to consider when writing a reference list. So I think this question is based on the 8th. It should be the 8th unit. Academic integrity. I think so. This question should be based on the So what do you think are the what? What should you consider when you're writing down a reference list? Okay. Yes. Dog Grace, you can just find this meeting is being recorded, so don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. You can just subscribe to the channel, then you'll get access to the same video. Okay. Question number 7. We're still on question number 7. Briefly give out the things to consider when writing a reference listing. I think this one we've clocked an hour now to the meeting. Okay, briefly give out the things to consider when writing a reference list. We basically did labs, I'm sure. Labs in what? In BAO.
Dr. Plombe has her hand
I
up.
don't.
I'm sure that she needs to give an answer.
Okay, yes, Dr. Rombe. Yes, Dr. Rombe, you can talk to us.
I was actually dozing. I think we can check properly. Maybe if you have some kind of a book, you can check at the end. But I according to what I know, you have to maybe write the name of the author, the book, the year, and the I don't know if it's the country where the book was published. Yeah, those things.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much for that, Doc Lombe. So Doc Brighton is also saying name of the author, years, and the standard format. Okay. Anyone else with an addition to what Doc Lombe and Doc Brighton have said?
You also have to consider the alphabetical order for the authors.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Very powerful indeed. That is something we're supposed to consider. Thank you very much for that, Doc Chibanga. Yeah. So
Doc,
so just
sorry,
summarizing what
and the
yes, Doc.
punctuations are important.
Punctuation very, very important. Indeed, very important. So let me just summarize what the docs have said. Number one, you're supposed to list your differences just like the doc has said in alphabetical order. Then the other part is do not number them. Do not number them. Just make sure that what you're writing down is in alphabetical order. Do not go like difference list or reference and you say number one, book, Antoworo, whatever. Number two, animal farm. No, do not number them. Just put them in alphabetical order nicely. Then remember that remember that when you're differentiating, you're supposed to do the reference list at the end of what you're putting down. The reference list is what you write at the end of your work. You don't do a reference list when there's still let me say it's not a paragraph for you to put inside your assignment or your work that you're writing down. It should be at the end of your work. I don't know if you have gotten what I've said. So basically, there are two things that I'm talking about here. There is the reference listing and there is the text citations. The text citations I'm talking about are what we put inside. When we are, when we're writing an assignment or something, what you put inside. So basically, if in your text citations, you have made 10 citations, yes, you should also have 10 reference listing at the end of your assignment. Yeah, so that's all you're supposed to know about reference listing, unless there's an addition, subtraction of any kind. We can go to question number 8. The schema theory began to be used in psychological language by R.C. Anderson by the year dash, should be in the years, was what? Then at the end, the question is, what is schemata? Okay, someone to help us on that one. So we're talking about William Emmanuel. Is it Emmanuel Kant? No, we're talking about R.C. Anderson, not Emmanuel Kant. Okay. So this should be based on listening skills. Is it listening skills? I'm thinking it should be based on listening skills. Okay. Schema theory began to be used in what?
I think maybe 1907. I'm not sure.
19 what?
1907.
1907. I think you have stopped the numbers, though.
I saw them.
Yes, at the end.
1709.
No, at the end.
1970.
Like the 19. Exactly. Thank you very much.
Permutations.
Oh, thank you. It's permutation.
Yeah, so it's 1970. After independence. Just think of it like how many years? 6 years after independence. Yeah. You can remember it that way. 6 years after independence. So it was in 1970 when it was used, or when it was permutations and combinations, exactly. Yeah, so it is 1970. And the other question is saying, what work was it doing? What was the work that this man by the name of R.C. Anderson was doing? What was the work he was doing?
Dr. Brighton has his hand up.
Yes, Dr. Brighton.
Oh, naomba naanza na Baskabana Kuru. Okay. 1970 there. Then he was a psychologist.
Okay.
Then schemata is it
Okay.
knowing something on top of what you already know? Katuishi pale kwa tifini.
Yeah, exactly. So even from the question, you can just discover what his work was. It was an educational psychologist. They're saying to be used in psychology. So actually talking about psychology there. So it was I think Dr. Romba has written in the chat box. It was an educational psychologist. Then yes, 1970. Then when we talk about schemata, we're just talking about new concepts and ideas that have meaning only when you are relating them to something that you already know. So that's basically what schemata is. Yeah, so that's the answer for question number 8. Unless someone wants to add or ask something, subtract something. Is there any hand? No, there's no hand. Okay. Any questions, additions, or we move to question 9?
What
Okay, I think.
schemata?
Okay, yes, as I was saying, schemata, which is the plural form of the word schema. Okay, I think Doc Ami has written something. Let me just check what Doc Ami has said. So Doc Ami is saying schemata, this is when you recall the background knowledge and try to comprehend on what is being said. Okay, exactly. Thank you very much for that, Doc Ami. So that's basically another definition that we can use for schemata. Yeah, thank you very much. It's actually on point. So it's basically when you're learning new knowledge, just like what the lecturers were doing at once, they would say, I'm sure you guys learned this at secondary school. They're actually looking at it from the perspective of schemata. They knew that when they'll be teaching a probability, you already learned probability at secondary school. So it won't be that an issue because you'll be relating to what you already know. So that's basically what schemata is. So schemata and schema are basically, schemata is a plural form of schema. Okay, so Dr. Silo is saying schema theory describes the process by which readers combine their own background knowledge with the new information to comprehend that information. Okay, thank you very much for that. So you see that there are different ways of explaining one thing. So it's just you to play around with your DME English then. Yeah. So unless I don't know if I've answered your question, Doc, that you had asked. Hello. Okay. I hope so. Question number 9, which is the last question. Briefly explain the characteristics of therapeutic communication. Therapeutic communication. Okay. So this question is supposed to be based. Is it communication? This is a third unit of the DME course, communication. So when you go on the ONZA model, there are basically two PDFs for the notes for communication. So we already discussed communication as Connect. So it's a revision. So basically, I'm sure we all know the answer to this question. So what's the answer to this question? What is therapeutic communication? Anyone with an idea? Hello. Okay, let me give you a clue. On the term this therapeutic communication, there is therapy, there is THERAPE. Therapy. So imagine it's a therapy type of communication. So what do they mean when they say therapy type of communication?
Meaning it involves a patient.
Hello.
It is the type of communication in which
Okay.
one individual speaks and the other one listens.
Darling,
Okay.
I miss
Thank you
you.
very much. Is it part of the solution box? Is it therapeutic communication? Doc, this what I saying. Okay, I don't know what type of therapeutic communication she was explaining, but anyway, yeah. So Doc Barton is saying face-to-face interaction. Okay, then Doc Aphrodite is saying of interaction that focuses on advancing the physical and emotional well-being of a patient. Okay, I think okay. Okay, then Doc Ciro as okay. Doc Ciro saying therapeutic communication is a collection of techniques that prioritize the physical, mental, and emotional well-being of patients and nurses, in brackets, medical workers. This provides patients with support and information while maintaining a level of professional distance and objectivity. With therapeutic communication, nurses, in brackets, medical workers, often use open-ended statements and questions, repeat information, or use silence to prompt patients to work through problems on their own. Okay, thank you very much for that, Doc. Okay, then Doc Mike is saying communication directed towards the patient to identify his or her current health problem, plan, implement, and evaluation of the action taken. Okay, thank you. I think the question has been summarized nicely and the solutions has been given by the docs. So basically, just like okay, yeah. So basically, just like the docs have said that it's just a type of it's just a type of communication where you employ what we learned in DME. The listening skills, you also add in the what? There is the listening skills, there is the communication or normal type of skills. There is also what else? Yeah. So basically that the writing skills Vucevic, where you're acting like a therapist. You want to know what the patient is sick of and how you can help the patient to get treatment or know what perfect treatment the patient deserves to have. So that's basically what therapeutic communication is. So you can just put it in your words because the docs have already summarized everything for me, I think so. Yeah. So that's basically what therapeutic communication is. So unless there are questions, on this question or the other questions that we have not talked about. Sorry, on the other questions that we have been talking about. Unless there are questions, because the number is already dropping. Yeah, so basically you still have the notes that were sent. You also have the questions and solutions from CEDAW Connect. Just try to just study in DME. Study the notes, check the CEDAW Connect questions, then answer them. Then after you answer them, go and check out if your answers are what we had written down as the solutions from the CEDAW Connect. Yeah, so basically that's it. Yeah, so just like I'd written in the previous document, I'd said that if anyone has the assignment that we had done, I don't know if it was August or July. Would appreciate if you can forward it in the inbox together with the quiz. In fact, it was a test together with the screenshots of your test that you had, because all of us had different questions. I don't know if we had the same, but I feel like all of us have different questions. So you can just forward them in my inbox, or Doc MP's inbox, or Doc's inbox, or any other admin's inbox, so that we get to compile the questions nicely. We put all of the questions that we all had for the quiz together with the assignment that we had, and anything that you had received from your lecturers that deals with DME, so that we can make up a better document or questions for better revision of DME. Yeah.